Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads. It's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
The reaction in the White Wolf Academy's stands was particularly entertaining. As they watched Zane Martel's unorthodox fighting style play out on the screens, their faces cycled through shock, disbelief, and finally, impotent rage.
That sneaky little... How dare he make fools of us like this?
Meanwhile, in the Azure Dragon Academy section, the atmosphere was electric. Every time a White Wolf challenger was sent packing, barely seconds after arriving, their disciples could barely contain their glee.
Oh man, did you see that? Zane Martel's making them look like total amateurs.
Shh, don't laugh too loud. But yeah, this is absolutely priceless.
The White Wolf disciples, their pride thoroughly bruised after losing 3 points in quick succession, were seething with anger. It felt like their very intelligence was being insulted.
That's it! I can't take this anymore. I'm going up next.
Blinded by rage, he stormed towards the transmission formation. As soon as he materialized in the arena, Zane Martel, who had been lying in wait, rubbed his hands together with a chilling laugh.
Well, hello there. Thanks for the easy points, buddy. You're a real sport.
Again, before the poor disciple could even register what was happening, Zane Martel's fist connected with devastating force. Even with mental preparation, the result was always the same: a lightning-fast defeat. In the time it would take to eat a meal, the White Wolf Academy had lost 3 more points to Zane Martel's ingenious strategy. Zane Martel had now earned a staggering 6 points for the Azure Dragon Academy, a feat unheard of in the history of the Five Spirit sect. In the crowd, Elora's eyes sparkled with admiration and mischief.
He is really something else. Who knew he had such devious tricks up his sleeve?
In their seats, the elders of the Azure Dragon Academy could no longer contain their joy. They finally allowed themselves to bask in the glory of Zane Martel's success.
That boy, he's really something special.
High above the mountain peak, a tea table floated in the air. Beside it sat the white-robed sect leader of the Five Spirit sect, observing the proceedings with great interest.
Now this is an interesting disciple. When did our Five Spirit sect acquire such a gem? To think he'd come up with such an unconventional method.
Back in the arena, the transmission formation glowed once more. This time, a beautiful woman appeared, her face contorted with anger.
Another challenger? Well, bring it on.
Zane didn't discriminate. Man or woman, all challengers met the same fate. Without hesitation, he launched his attack. His efficiency was unparalleled. Before his opponent could even react, she was knocked out cold. This was undoubtedly the fastest and most efficient way to accumulate points in the competition's history. By now, 8 disciples of the White Wolf Academy had fallen to Zane Martel's lightning-fast strategy. Finally, the elders of the White Wolf Academy could no longer remain passive. Their faces darkened with anger, brows furrowed in frustration.
Useless, all of you! How can so many of you fail to handle a single opponent? You know the enemy's trick, yet you can't defend against it? It seems I haven't been harsh enough in your training.
It was the dean of the White Wolf Academy talking, a man in his 70s with a face lined by years of cultivation and at this moment, raw fury.
Sarafina, you're up next.
Yes, Master.
Be on your guard. That Zane Martel is crafty. Don't fall into his trap.
I understand, Master. I won't let you down.
The pretty disciple, her sword-shaped eyebrows knitted in concentration, stepped out of line. All eyes were on her. her as she approached the transmission formation. Suddenly, she produced a bronze-colored, genuine energy artifact from her storage ring. With practiced ease, she injected her vital energy into it. The artifact immediately transformed, reshaping itself into a protective shield that covered Sarafina completely. The crowd watched in awe as she stepped onto the shield, ready to be transported to the arena.
Whoa! I didn't know you could do that!
All eyes were now fixed on Zane Martel's arena, which had become the focal point of the entire competition. The White Wolf Academy's transmission formation flashed, and a figure appeared in the arena. Zane Martel, following his established pattern, immediately tightened his fist and threw a powerful punch. But this time, instead of the satisfying thud of flesh, Zane Martel's fist met solid metal. He had struck the bronze shield.
Well, looks like they finally wised up to my little trick.
Zane Martel quickly realized that his wait-for-the-prey strategy had run its course. The element of surprise was gone. The shield, despite the force of Zane Martel's punch, only slid back about 10 meters before coming to a stop. From behind the shield emerged a 16-year-old girl, but she was far from ordinary. With sharp eyebrows and bright eyes, she exuded a unique aura of gallantry.
Well, what do you know? Seems like not everyone in the White Wolf Academy is a fool after all. Using a shield to counter my attack? Not bad. Not bad at all.
The woman's face, however, showed no amusement. Instead, it twisted with anger and disdain.
You and your dirty tricks! I'll show you the true terror of the White Wolf Academy. I've heard you once pulled out the Dragon Blood sword, but someone from the Azure Dragon Academy doesn't deserve such a weapon. For this round, we'll use nothing but our swords. If you lose, you will hand over the Dragon Blood sword to me.
Without waiting for Zane's response, Sarafina launched into her attack. The silver sword in her hand erupted with power, condensing a formidable sword momentum. Seeing this, Zane immediately recognized that she too was from the Hall of the Holy Sword. This was not an opponent to be taken lightly. The Dragon Blood sword in his hand gave off a bone-chilling aura. He imbued it with the ultimate sword he had been honing over the past weeks. The surging sword energy was so intense it seemed to distort the very form of the Dragon Blood sword. As the two swords met, sparks flew in all directions, accompanied by a cacophony of metallic screeches. Both combatants were true masters of the sword. In mere moments, they had exchanged dozens of lightning-fast strikes.
Silver Moon sword skill, Half Moon slash!
A crescent of pure energy formed on her blade, rushing towards Zane with deadly intent.
Sword shield!
With a wave of his hand, Zane conjured a shimmering green shield of energy before him. The crescent sword energy struck the shield, but was effortlessly deflected. Seizing the moment, Zane activated the second move of his 3-star step. In an instant, his form blurred into numerous afterimages, reappearing behind her. The Dragon Blood sword flashed, and a streak of crimson glided through the air.
What?
Caught off guard, Sarafina's movements became erratic. Her composure shattered. She had gravely underestimated Zane Martel. His earlier victories, achieved through cunning rather than direct combat, had led her to believe he was merely a trickster. But after exchanging hundreds of blows, the truth was undeniable. Zane wasn't just strong, he was in a league of his own.
No! This can't be happening. I've made the worst mistake possible. I underestimated my enemy.
How many cultivators had fallen due to this very error? Underestimating one's opponent was often the first step towards defeat.
Get lost, you demon!
She gripped her silver sword tightly, swinging it in a wide arc above her head. A surge of sword energy erupted from the blade. But Zane Martel's movements were fluid and graceful. He dodged the attack with seemingly effortless agility. His form blurred into 3 afterimages, encircling Sarafina. In the blink of an eye, he had struck out more than 10 times. She could only defend desperately, her every move purely reactive.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
So, still think I'm not qualified to wield the Dragon Blood Sword?
A cold light flashed in Zane Martel's eyes. His sword will, sharp as the blade itself, combined with a burst of silver light to cleave Sarafina's long sword clean in two. The broken sword spun through the air before clattering to the ground, utterly defeated. In an instant, the Dragon Blood Sword was at Sarafina's throat, drawing a thin line of blood.
You lost.
And with those two words, Zane Martel's incredible winning streak reached its climax. He had not only defended his right to the Dragon Blood Sword, but had also proven himself a true master of the blade. In the heart of the arena, tension crackled like a live wire. The sun blazed overhead, casting harsh shadows that danced across the bloodstained sand. The woman donning the uniform of the White Wolf Academy stood rigid, her fists clenched tightly, her knuckles white against the strain. Her body shook with determination, muscles taut like coiled springs, ready to unleash her final burst of defiance. But the cold blade pressed against her neck declared her defeat. The steel glinted menacingly in the sunlight, a cruel reminder of her vulnerability.
No, I didn't lose.
Her voice wavered, a desperate cry that echoed through the silent crowd, reverberating off the arena walls. Desperation surged through her as she launched herself forward, weaponless but fierce. Her eyes burned with unyielding resolve, a fire that refused to be extinguished even in the face of certain defeat.
You still dare to confront me? Brainless.
Zane Martel's lips curled into a sneer, his cold snort cutting through the air like a blade. His eyes, hard and unfeeling, bore into her with disdain. Zane Martel's punch landed with brutal precision, a powerful blow to her abdomen that forced her to cough up spittle. The impact resonated through her body, a sickening thud that seemed to echo in her bones. The result was the same, a crushing defeat. The delay in his victory only fueled his resolve. Zane's face remained impassive, his gaze unflinching as he watched her fall. In his mind, there was no room for mercy or hesitation, only the relentless pursuit of victory. "Way to go, Zane Martel," the crowd roared, voices blending into a single powerful chant. "You're amazing with a capital A. You're my one hell of an idol." The atmosphere shifted dramatically. Azure Dragon Academy's disciples erupted in cheers, their spirits soaring to the heavens. Faces lit with unrestrained joy, they clapped each other on the back and shouted Zane's name with fervor, their voices echoing through the arena. In stark contrast, the White Wolf Academy students hung their heads in defeat, their morale shattered like a broken mirror. Their eyes were downcast, shoulders slumped under the weight of their disappointment.
Folks from the White Wolf Academy, speak now, or forever hold your peace.
His voice cut through the air, dripping with derision.
A crystal for your thoughts? Oh wait, you all can't say a word, can you? That's what we want.
He laughed, a sharp, mocking sound that rang in the ears of their defeated rivals. The disciples of Azure Dragon Academy laughed heartily, their joy unrestrained. Their laughter was a cruel symphony, a testament to their victory and the humiliation of their opponents. Seeing his students in such a state, the stoic Dean Alex White finally frowned. His eyes, usually calm and composed, now flickered with a hint of displeasure. He turned to Murphy with a stern expression, his jaw set.
Guy has let that little success go to his head. Go and teach him a lesson.
Yes.
Murphy's eyes gleamed with anticipation, a predatory smile spreading across his face. This was the moment he had been waiting for, the opportunity to prove himself. He turned to Liu with a sly smile, the kind that sent shivers down one's spine.
Go, Liu. Have fun hunting him down. Play with him however you fancy. It'll be all right as long as you spare his life.
His voice was low and menacing, each word dripping with malice. Liu's eyes darkened, a feral madness overtaking his features. His breath quickened, the thrill of the hunt coursing through his veins.
Blunt that morale of the Azure Dragon Academy.
Murphy's voice was firm, unwavering, filled with a resolve that left no room for doubt.
Yes, Master. I will definitely play with Zane Martel properly.
Liu's voice was a growl, filled with dark promise. His lips curled into a twisted grin as he imagined the impending confrontation, the sweet taste of victory on his tongue. The disciples of White Wolf Academy, who had been despondent just moments before, revived at the sight of Liu. A collective sigh of relief and anticipation swept through them, their eyes now fixed on their champion.
Liu, show this blasted Zane Martel who's in charge. Let him see what our White Wolf Academy's real meaning is.
His voice was filled with fervor, hoping Liu would restore their tarnished honor.
Go get him, beat him to death.
The disciples' words were sharp and venomous, echoing the collective anger and frustration of the White Wolf Academy. Zane Martel stood calmly as Liu approached, his demeanor a stark contrast to the storm of emotions swirling around him. The air crackled with tension, thick and heavy, as the two fighters locked eyes. Zane's expression was unreadable, but his body was coiled tight, ready to spring into action at any moment.
Yo, Zane Martel, so we meet again, but you're not so lucky this time. No one can save you. If I were you, I would surrender immediately and never fight with me.
Liu's voice was dripping with mockery, his eyes gleaming with malevolent delight. Zane Martel's cold laugh echoed in the arena, a sound that sent chills down the spines of those who heard it. The humiliation of Amara was fresh in his mind, a burning ember that fueled his anger and determination. He had been waiting for this moment to face Liu and settle the score.
Surrender? Liu, today I only have one wish, which is to kill you or be killed by you.
His voice was steady, unwavering, each word a testament to his resolve. Liu's face twisted with rage as he launched an attack, his eyes blazing with fury. The ground cracked beneath him, the force of his punch creating a storm-like wind that rushed towards Zane. The sheer power of his attack was a testament to his strength and unrelenting aggression.
Black Tiger Fist!
The shout echoed through the arena, a precursor to the raw power that followed. Liu's fist, surrounded by a dark, crackling aura, surged forward with the force of a raging storm. The ground beneath his feet splintered, sending shards of stone flying in all directions. Zane Martel's body glowed with a white rune as he met the attack head-on. The luminous symbol pulsed with energy, wrapping him in an ethereal shield of light.
Iron Body, condense!
The collision of their fists sent shockwaves rippling through the air, the impact so intense that the ground beneath them quaked. Dust and debris erupted around them, creating a cloud that momentarily obscured the view. As the dust settled, both fighters staggered back, their eyes locked in fierce determination, neither willing to give an inch.
This is the best you can do. That's lousy Zane Martel for you. Ha! I've been practicing hard and wanted to cripple you in the ring, but you really let me down.
His laughter was cold and mocking, a stark contrast to the serious atmosphere. Zane Martel's eyes narrowed, his jaw clenched in a mixture of frustration and anger. His mind raced with thoughts of the humiliation he'd endured, the endless hours of training he'd committed to for this very moment.
Are you in such a hurry to die? Well, I'll let you have a try. Rune, open!
As Zane's words hung in the air, a surge of energy burst through his body. One by one, runes began to form and glow, their radiant light intensifying with each passing second. Steam hissed from his form, the heat emanating from him palpable even from a distance. His power escalated rapidly, the transformation leaving the crowd in awe. The arena buzzed with tension as Zane Martel's body radiated waves of steam, the sight both mesmerizing and intimidating. The once confident smirk on Liu's face faltered, replaced by a flicker of confusion and unease.
What's going on? Trying to scare me with a few puffs of steam?
His voice wavered slightly, betraying his attempt to mask the uncertainty creeping into his mind. The crowd's murmurs grew louder, a mix of amazement and trepidation rippling through the spectators. White Wolf Academy's disciples watched with bated breath, their hopes rekindled by Zane's sudden surge of power. Azure Dragon Academy's followers, on the other hand, felt a pang of doubt as they observed the unfolding spectacle. In a blink, Zane Martel vanished, leaving behind an empty space where he once stood. Liu's eyes widened in shock, a fleeting moment of disbelief washing over him.
What? How could it be? It's so fast.
Before he could even process what had happened, a scorching, iron-like fist collided with him. Liu was sent hurtling backward, the impact knocking out two of his front teeth, a sickening mixture of blood and saliva spewing from his mouth as he crashed to the ground.
Damn it, you're asking to be killed.
As he struggled to regain his footing, a chilling gust of wind swept over him, freezing the ground beneath his feet. Sword light flashed ominously, sending a shiver down Liu's spine.
Oh no!
Trapped by the frost, Liu gritted his teeth, his desperation mounting. With a surge of determination, he activated his tiger blood body, a fiery red aura enveloping his skin in a desperate attempt to fend off the impending danger. But it was futile. The dragon blood sword pierced through his protective barrier, slicing through his arm with brutal efficiency. Liu's agonized scream echoed through the arena, a chilling reminder of the merciless brutality of combat.
Ah!
The disciples of White Wolf Academy watched in stunned silence, disbelief etched across their faces as their once feared comrade suffered a humiliating defeat.
Isn't Liu very powerful? Why is the situation now one-sided?
Fueled by rage and desperation, Liu reached for his last resort, the black, round artifact known as the Universe Seal, its ominous presence casting a shadow over the battlefield. The Universe Seal emitted a sinister aura, its malevolent energy sapping the vitality from the air itself.
Go to hell!
Liu transformed into an ethereal illusion, hovering in the air as he channeled the dark power of the Universe Seal, his eyes burning with a manic intensity.
Do you think I'll give you a chance to accumulate strength?
Zane Martel's voice cut through the tension like a blade, his cold demeanor betraying none of the turmoil raging within him as he prepared to deliver the final blow. With a surge of crimson energy, Zane Martel charged forward, his fist poised to strike with deadly precision. The punch landed, delivering a devastating blow that sent Liu reeling, his body convulsing with pain as he struggled to maintain his composure.
Damn it, Zane Martel, I dare you to wait for me to finish gathering my strength.
But with each passing moment, Liu's frustration grew, his once formidable resolve crumbling in the face of Zane Martel's relentless onslaught.
Even if I haven't finished gathering my strength, it's enough to kill you. Suppress him.
As the battle reached its climax, the outcome hung in the balance, leaving spectators on the edge of their seats. Would Liu harness the power of the Universe Seal to turn the tide, or would Zane Martel emerge victorious, his unwavering determination paving the path to triumph? The answer remains shrouded in uncertainty, a testament to the unpredictable nature of combat. The arena buzzed with an electrifying tension. The Universe Seal, an imposing force in the sky, expanded rapidly, blotting out more than half of the arena. It descended with the momentum of a meteor, compressing the air until it felt like moving through thick mud. The crowd held its breath, the anticipation palpable as the air crackled with energy. Liu's eyes, wild with madness, his clothes drenched in blood, stood defiant. He glared at his opponent, his body trembling with a mix of exhaustion and rage. The pain of past defeats and the weight of his academy's expectations surged within him, fueling his anger.
Only this, aren't you sort of looking down on me? The second move of the 3-star step.
His opponent, Zane Martel, looked on with distaste, his eyes narrowing as he sized up Liu. Zane's mind raced, remembering the countless hours of training and the personal vendettas that had led him to this moment. In a blink, phantoms appeared, and Zane Martel vanished like a ghost, reappearing behind Liu. But Liu was ready, his 5 fingers turning into claws, slicing through the air with deadly precision. The dragon blood sword intercepted the attack, discharging sparks everywhere. The arena lit up with a blinding light, casting eerie shadows on the spectators' faces. Liu's strongest weapon, his powerful body, seemed insignificant before Zane Martel's terrifying sword aura. The air was thick with the smell of burnt metal and sweat.
In you go!
Zane Martel's foot struck Liu's stomach with the force of 30 runes, sending him flying under the falling universe seal. The impact echoed through the arena, a testament to Zane's overwhelming power. The crowd gasped, their eyes wide with shock and fear.
Ah!
Liu, face pale with fear, injected all his Yuan Qi into his body, raising his hands to resist the descending seal. His muscles strained, veins bulging as he struggled against the inevitable. His thoughts raced.
How could it end like this? I can't lose.
Blood spurted from his cracked hands. His bones shattered under the weight, his spirit drained. The audience watched in horrified fascination, unable to look away from the gruesome spectacle. Liu's mind was a whirlwind of pain and desperation.
Zane Martel, I'm going to kill you.
Kill me? Sure, bring it on.
Zane Martel's kick sent Liu's teeth flying. Liu dared not move, knowing the universe seal above his head would crush him if he did. His mind raced, searching for any possible escape, but found none. Murphy trembled with anger, his eyes bloodshot, while Xavier watched with a mix of surprise and gratification. Their emotions mirrored the turbulent atmosphere of the arena.
Zane Martel's heart of martial arts is strong. He won't give his opponent a chance to breathe. He fights to the death.
The disciples of the White Wolf Academy looked on, their faces pale, breaths catching in their throats. The reality of Zane's power hit them hard, shattering their confidence. They whispered among themselves, fear evident in their eyes. Zane Martel showed no mercy, his resolve unshakable. He remembered Zhu Xiang, her face, her pain, and his promise to avenge her.
I'll settle Zhu Xiang's grudge with you once and for all. This sword strike is to avenge her.
He rammed the dragon blood sword into Liu's arm, the blade slicing through flesh and bone. Liu's scream pierced the air, a cry of both physical and emotional agony.
Ah!
This sword strike is a warning to the White Wolf Academy. The disciples of the Azure Dragon Academy are no weaklings. You can't bully us.
He stabbed the sword into Liu's left thigh, then his right, each strike deliberate and precise. The crowd winced with each blow, the sound of metal on flesh echoing in their ears. Liu, now a bloody mess, wrestled with agonizing pain. The universe seal crushed him completely, disabling him. The audience could almost feel his suffering, a visceral reminder of Zane's dominance. Zane Martel had won, throwing Liu out of the arena. The triumph was clear in his stance, his victory undeniable. He stood tall, his eyes scanning the crowd, daring anyone to challenge him. The Azure Dragon Academy disciples erupted in cheers, tears in their eyes. Their years of humiliation had ended. They felt a surge of pride, their spirits lifted by Zane's victory. They shouted his name, their voices a powerful chorus of support.
Azure Dragon Academy, long live Zane Martel! Fight! Fight!
The roar of the crowd echoed through the arena, a symphony of voices chanting Zane Martel's name. The disciples of the Azure Dragon Academy, faces alight with triumph, had waited years for this moment. Their cheers were not just for Zane's victory, but for the end of their humiliation, the dawn of a new era. The elders of the Azure Dragon Academy sighed in relief, their burdens momentarily lifted. Their eyes, once clouded with worry, now gleamed with hope.
This little fellow, Zane Martel. I am indeed not mistaken.
Bella's eyes sparkled with pride. She had always believed in Zane's potential, and today he had proven her right.
Sheesh, what nonsense are you spouting?
Xavier's laughter was soft, almost reverent, as he looked at Bella. The bond between them, forged through years of trials and triumphs, was strengthened by their shared joy in Zane's success. Zane Martel's victory intimidated the other academies. No one dared challenge him. The realization of his unparalleled strength dawned on them, filling them with dread. Whispers of fear and awe spread like wildfire among the spectators.
Is there no one else? I'll be gentler this time.
Zane's voice, dripping with mockery, cut through the air. He stood tall, his presence commanding the arena. His eyes scanned the crowd, daring anyone to step forward, but no one did. The silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the earlier chaos. Bored, Zane Martel lay on the stage, pretending to sleep. His casual demeanor was almost absurd given the intensity of the battle that had just concluded. The crowd watched in stunned silence as he pulled out herbs and began concocting a pill. His nonchalance in the face of victory was almost surreal, adding to his mystique. His mind wandered back to his training days, to the countless hours spent honing his skills, the sacrifices made, the pain endured. He remembered Zhu Xiang's face, her laughter, her dreams. His heart ached with the memory of her, fueling his determination to honor her legacy.
What's in this boy's mind?
Xavier's amusement was tinged with admiration. He knew Zane was extraordinary, but even he was taken aback by the young man's audacity and composure. The sect leader, distressed by the lack of competition, came up with a plan. His mind raced, seeking a solution that would maintain the integrity of the tournament. He could not let Zane's unmatched prowess overshadow the entire event.
Zane Martel of the Azure Dragon Academy, your strength has scared off your opponents. Move to the advanced group and fight those stronger than you. Spare this ring for the others.
Shock rippled through the crowd. Zane Martel, at the 6th stage of the Foundation realm, was allowed to challenge opponents above the 7th stage. This was unprecedented, a testament to his exceptional prowess. Murmurs of disbelief and curiosity filled the air as the spectators tried to comprehend the magnitude of this decision. Zane rose to his feet, his eyes blazing with determination. The advanced group meant tougher battles, greater challenges, but also greater glory. His heart pounded with anticipation, ready for the next phase of his journey. What would happen next? How would Zane Martel fare against stronger foes? The answers lay ahead, filled with suspense and unexpected twists. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Zane Martel's journey was far from over. His path, though fraught with peril, shone brightly with the promise of greatness. The crowd's cheers began to fade, replaced by the solemn hum of anticipation. The stage was set for a new chapter in the tale of Zane Martel, where strength met strategy and courage was tested against the mightiest of foes. The audience, hearts pounding in sync with the rising tension, awaited the unfolding of this young warrior's destiny. As Zane stepped off the stage, his thoughts were a whirlwind of strategy and resolve. He would face opponents who had trained for decades, masters of their arts. But he welcomed the challenge. Each step he took echoed with the weight of his determination. He had come too far to falter now. Meanwhile, in the shadows, the other competitors watched, their minds racing with calculations and doubts. They had seen Zane's power, his unyielding spirit. They knew they had to bring their best or face inevitable defeat. The dynamics of the tournament had shifted dramatically with Zane's advancement. In the background, the elders of the Azure Dragon Academy convened, their faces a mix of pride and concern. They discussed strategies, potential allies, and the future of their academy. Zane's victory had given them hope, but the journey ahead was still fraught with challenges. Bella Howard, always the optimist, couldn't help but smile as she watched Zane prepare. She saw in him the future of their academy, a beacon of hope and strength. Her thoughts drifted to the younger students, the ones who would follow in Zane's footsteps. She knew his actions today would inspire generations to come. Xavier, ever the realist, pondered the political ramifications of Zane's unprecedented move. The balance of power within the sect was delicate, and Zane's rise could tip the scales in unexpected ways. But Xavier also knew that this was the moment they had been waiting for, the chance to prove their worth. As Zane walked towards the advanced arena, he felt the weight of expectations on his shoulders. But he welcomed it. Every challenge, every opponent was a step closer to his ultimate goal. He had trained his whole life for this, and he would not be deterred. The advanced group arena loomed ahead, a fortress of elite warriors, each one more formidable than the last. Zane paused at the entrance, taking a deep breath. The air was thick with the scent of incense and sweat, a testament to the countless battles fought within these walls. As he stepped inside, the warriors of the advanced group turned to face him. Their eyes, filled with a mixture of curiosity and wariness, followed his every move. Zane met their gazes head-on, unflinching, his resolve as solid as the ground beneath his feet. Among them stood the champions of the other academies, each one a master in their own right. They assessed Zane with calculating eyes, measuring his potential, planning their strategies. Zane knew that each battle here would be a test of not just his strength, but his intelligence, his adaptability, his will. The first opponent stepped forward, a towering figure clad in the crimson robes of the Fire Scorpion Academy. His name was whispered in hushed tones, a legend among the warriors present. Zane felt a surge of excitement. This was what he lived for, the thrill of the fight, the clash of wills. The sect leader's voice rang out, announcing the start of the next phase of the tournament. The crowd leaned forward in their seats, eyes glued to the arena. The anticipation was palpable, a living thing that thrummed through the air. As Zane faced his opponent, his mind cleared. There was no room for doubt or fear, only the battle ahead. He gripped his sword, feeling the familiar weight in his hand, the reassuring presence of his power coursing through him. The bell rang, and the fight began. The Fire Scorpion warrior moved with the speed and grace of a seasoned fighter, his attacks precise and deadly. But Zane was ready. He parried the blows with fluid ease, his movements a dance of power and precision. The crowd watched in rapt attention, the air thick with the tension of the battle. Every clash of swords, every grunt of effort, was a testament to the skill and determination of the fighters. Zane's opponent was relentless, but so was he. Each strike he parried was a step closer to victory. Each move he made was calculated, precise, a testament to his training and resolve. The Fire Scorpion warrior, realizing he was outmatched, tried a desperate move, a powerful strike meant to end the fight. But Zane anticipated it. He dodged the blow with a swift sidestep, countering with a strike of his own. The Fire Scorpion warrior staggered back, his weapon slipping from his grasp. Zane pressed the advantage, his sword a blur of motion. Within moments, the fight was over. Zane stood victorious, his opponent defeated at his feet. The crowd erupted in cheers, their excitement a tangible force. Zane Martel had done it again. He had proven his worth, his strength, his unyielding spirit. The path ahead was still long, filled with challenges, but Zane was ready. The future was uncertain, but Zane Martel's journey was far from over. Each battle, each victory, brought him closer to his ultimate goal. And as he looked out over the cheering crowd, he knew he would face whatever came next with the same determination and strength that had brought him this far. The stage was set for the next chapter in Zane Martel's story, a tale of strength, courage, and the unyielding pursuit of greatness. The crowd, their hearts filled with anticipation, awaited the unfolding of his destiny. And Zane, his heart steady, his resolve unwavering, stepped forward to meet it.